Right, we got that. This. Do we have game audio? Maybe not. Good morning. Oh crap. I think the one thing that I was a little leery about was sound. I don't think we have in-game sound right now. Let me just make sure before we start. Yep, no in-game sound. So back to lobby and restart the game. Good morning. Hey, Ann Kitty. And hello, Mr. Who, aka Spider-Man 1976. That is a really long name, dude. The train I did, that was the Harry Potter Hogwarts train, and I did that from the Lego instructions. Just gonna restart the game here so we get game audio, and there we go. Thankfully, things are working this morning. The train, I had to go into the Lego store and get the instructions the for the set. And we pretty much had to interpret a lot of the pieces just to get it to work in the game because we don't have the pieces that they want us to use. There's no rounded. We didn't have rounded pieces at the time. We still don't. It's very limited. So I would love to say there's an easy way to make the train, but unfortunately, it's just trying to figure things out. Hey, good morning, Dirty Jaws. What's happening? We're back, and we're going back to the Starship Enterprise. Strange New Worlds is launching season 3 tomorrow, and I am extremely excited about this. I've been waiting for this new season for way too long. Thought we'd have a new season last year. That didn't happen, but at least now we're having another season. But they're currently talking about ending the series. Marcus don't know you, so that's a nope. Um, Come on, get in there. Know us a little bit. Hang out. Don't just come in and say, "Hey, come check out my world." I have no reason to come check out your world. If one of my friends, a long-time viewer or something, came in and said, "Hey, come and check out my world. I have something to show, something special." You know what? I'm going there. But the first thing you say to a person is to come check out my world. Not a great introduction, dude. Come on, man. Think about how you would react to people coming up and asking you to do them favors immediately without even saying hello. So, hi Marcus. How are you doing? Good morning, that Lego dude. What's going on, man? Are you still battling with complexity in your worlds? I hit complexity on the. Oh, I forgot to check sound. Okay, good. We're good to go. I hit complexity on the build for the Enterprise, but you know what? I actually think that hitting complexity was a great thing for me because I know where the borders of complexity are now. Now I had to stop and put down a couple markers and everything, and then I had to go and clean up. But I knew that I was overbuilding in some places, and I did a huge amount of cleanup as a result. So you guys are gonna see a little bit different than what you saw before. Even managed to clean up the front of the ship here. Let me just show you quickly. See there, the front of the ship, right there. So you're about to see that. Let me get rid of that shot. Bye bye shot. Yes, goodbye. And let's go see the ship. Oh, first let me get my view projector, output projector. And here we go. We are set. After yesterday's frustrations, I'm ready to get back into this. You know what? We are brothers in complexity. We're brothers in complexity. Okay, now, that Lego dude, I really want to see that campus. So let me know what's going on. That's going to be one hell of a tour. Anyway, this is the Enterprise. I've managed to finish the front. First time ever. Mr. Black came in yesterday and sparked a little bit of inspiration. So we were able to knock out all of that interior there. Nice big front. And I'm ready to put on the deflector dish. Thing is, my plans for the deflector dish kind of went awry. Just a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. Let me show you what I mean. I had planned on using this guy. So take this and turn it backward. So that I could do, there we go. This. And is that even the right way? Oh no. I screwed that up. Okay. It's supposed to be the other way. The downside. So let me try that again. The back side of it. When you go off the back side of something, you get the back side. Duh. The top side. There. That's what we want now. So, head into roof sections and the Fortnite Forever Festival. Now, I had plans on using this as a dish, but like I said, things did not go entirely to plan. So, check this out. While a completely serviceable dish, it is not, it's a little bit blue. And yeah, the deflector dish on the Enterprise is blue, but it seems to cover so much. Is that too much? What do you think? Oh, you went on a holiday for a couple of weeks. Dude, okay, can we see it before you go? Okay. Let's add a little bit of light in here. Lighten it up a little bit so we can really see what's going on. We can use from Mos Eisley has these great cargo lights. Oh wait, hold on a second. The Rebel have these strip lights. I didn't know if you guys have ever used these or if you even know they exist, because some people just didn't even realize these things were around. Oh, hey, that could be actually a good interior light. Huh. What was it doing? Strip light, the Rebel strip light. These guys are awesome, and they only go one way. Ah, that's disappointing. Turning those will be a pain, so I'm not going to do that. All right, so back to plan A. Plan A was using these guys. These are a lot more versatile. these into place. Oh, all the way out there, huh? Okay, I may have to end up putting these in the middle. So that's a good place for there. Can we get it to match over here? Can. It's a little bit off center. So, I mean, without the balloon trick, we're not going to be doing that for this. We could, if we want absolute perfection. But here, we can take these and pop them in. And we are... We're looking not too bad. Not too shabby at all. And there we go. So there we go. We got our deflector dish. Really glad they have all of these parts. Hey, Mr. Black, what's up? I think I finally settled on the deflector dish. Thanks for all of your help and inspiration yesterday. There we go. See, I've never been able to get this shape here. Like, I tried to build it out of foundation and other pieces before we even had any of these pieces. So, being able to finally get this, to get this view is freaking amazing. So, I am... Woo! All right, best looking Enterprise ever. I may want to actually shore up some of that. You have to see the inside of the Notre Dame. I took a tour yesterday, and I wish I had actually saved it for this morning. White Ghost, I am not building the a Death Star. Man, people always keep asking about Death Star. This is for Star Trek. So, I mean, I'm taking a huge break from Star Wars. I've been doing Star Wars solid from January, both me and Mr. Black. And it's been a long journey. So we're going to take a bit of a break from Star Wars and give some love to Star Trek. Very good, Jeremiah. Okay. All right. So this is the correct iteration of this now. Now on this one, we're using the glass on the interior. Sorry, the glass here. So this always shows up no matter how far you are. I had been using the blue before, but you know what, Mateo? I don't know if it will fly. I would love for this to fly, and it is actually designed to be able to do that. The big question that's going to come to this flying is the complexity of it. And complexity is a huge factor in even just finishing the ship. Now, I'm trying to do my absolute best. I've scaled it down. Because I've built 2 of these Enterprises before, and this one is the most complete that I've ever gotten, which means that I've also managed to get a little bit more detail. And look, Mr. Black, the flight control area is now complete. This is the shuttle bay, so I can actually build shuttles off-site and fly them in, hopefully. The warp core is right here. So we have the entire warp core all done now. Well, it's done as it can be. I'm not going to build any more in here because I need the extra pieces for outside. And I've done way too much work in here. So the problem with complexity is that if the ship is too big, we're not going to have any place to put the balloons. So no balloons, no thrusters. We can't balance it, and then it can't fly. So trying to just take things one bit at a time and work out where the complexity hits. I've managed to reduce a lot of the pieces from single columns to um, four, like 4 pieces instead of one. So we've gone from using. Okay, right, we're back here again. Back from using one of these guys to using one of these instead, and it makes a huge difference because I can take up a lot more space. However, that's only useful for bigger areas, so I gotta be really careful about placement for everything, and pretty much count. So, hey Mateo, what's up? Hey Diego, what's going on? Okay, you subscribe to the channel. Okay, it's good time, yes. Really good time. Especially if you are a fan of Star Trek. Strange New Worlds is coming out tomorrow. Like I said, I'm really excited about that. So I'm going to be talking about it all the time. It's been a while since we've had some good Trek on. I cheered on Discovery, but Discovery kind of lost me after a while, which was a huge disappointment. But you know what? We don't hold things. We recover. We move on. All right, so we're gonna do the front of this nacelle now. Start from the interior. All right. So we're at the edge. No. What happened there? You are too far away. So that should be just a 2 space in between. 1, 2. Yeah, perfect. Should be able to carry that on. 1, 2. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. But we're going to get this on first. 1, 2. And then we're going to move to the roof section. We are in the roof section. What am I talking about? Banana. What is the banana thing called? I forget what I think it's called. Nana Jungle. No, I don't think it's Nana Jungle I wanted. Dang it. Okay, there's a single piece that I want from one of the sets, but I forget what it's called now. Oh, the reboot. Reboot movies were awesome. I'm talking about the I'm talking about the Strange New World, and there's rumors that they're looking at doing like a complete reboot of the original series. I mean, they already have their Spock in place and the Kirk, so it kind of makes sense. It's just a matter of if the fans will go along with it. Because Star Trek fans, I mean, like, you think Star Wars fans are picky? Man, Star Trek fans, that's a whole other ball game there. Very, very tribal is one of the words you can use. So I don't know how that kind of reboot is going to go down, but it's going to be epic, tell you that much. I like a Kirk that might kill you with a penny over OG dramatic devilry Kirk. Well, you know what? We can do like so much right now with in terms of the effects and everything. I love the feel of Strange New Worlds, and that was one of the things that really appealed to me when watching it. It didn't feel. It felt like OG Trek, but with new technology. Like the things that they wish that they could have done back in the 60s, and being finally able to have that kind of technology available. So like one of my first thoughts when I saw the series was like how amazing it would be. Of course, did Strange New Worlds come after the? Yeah, it did actually. It came after the launch of No, hold on. No, I'm sorry. I'm think my brain is going a little too far right now. I think it actually started after the launch of Lego Fortnite. No, it was great for its time. That's one of the best things about it. But it's like so singular about the whole timeline. I mean, like it's suited for when it was made. They did make a huge mistake, and I will take this one to I will fight anyone over this. They made a huge mistake with um the motion picture, Star Trek the motion picture, and that kind of set the tone for the series. Uh, no, for the fans and for pretty much anybody who was ever interested in getting into Trek. That motion picture took itself way too seriously. I mean, it's even called Star Trek the motion picture. It was a pretentious load of garbage, and it's one of my most hated films. It had so much potential to do great things, and it was boring and slow, and they didn't get the feel at all until they actually returned with the Wrath of Khan. Yep, there you go. The second film, Wrath of Khan. That just went back to how it should have started. The whole Ilya crap that they did with that first movie. Oh my god. They, instead of looking at the fun of Star Wars, and I think, yeah, they didn't want to be the fun of Star Wars. They didn't want that whole space camp. They wanted to be important, and that was a wrong tone. Completely wrong director, producer, whoever was responsible for that. Just completely missed the mark. They could have gotten the Star Wars fan base if they'd made it more of an adventure. If they'd made it fun. But they missed a huge mark there. Somebody thought they didn't need Star Wars fan base. Of course, all this is just my personal opinion. But yeah, I really don't like that first movie. Didn't realize just how much I didn't like that first movie. I'm trashing Star Trek while I'm loving Star Trek. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. There's a lot going on. I had to do a bit of math before we even started to build. There's this tool that I use. What's it called again? Um, where is it? For circles. It used to be Minecraft Circle Generator. Now it's called Donut Studios. Pixel Circle Generator. Oh, okay. A couple messages from work there that I did not see until now. Let me see. Is that the Millennium Falcon? Come on, TikTok. Do me better than this. Okay, where is my thing? Anyway, pixel search generator. I had to go and figure out the the width of the body, but the widest point in the body first, and then take it in, um, so that I could have a circle that came that no a whole whole body shape that came down. So how to work out every single circle there, and how to build it with the single pieces. So that was like one of the first parts. Can't just jump in and start building. Not all the time. Especially since my previous builds, I had limited tools, and it was just pretty much just going by ear. Plus, I hit complexity on both of them. You can actually see there's a video that I did, a brief like 1-minute tour of the first Enterprise that I built. It's on my YouTube, and that was beautiful shit. But it did explode into a million pieces after a while. And when I say a million pieces, I mean I came back one day and complexity had just taken it and ripped it apart. One of the saddest sights I've seen. So I built another one. Yeah, but the thing is, the question is, Mateo, how big are you building? If you're building this big, and something that is going to hit complexity around that area, and it's going to stop you from actually continuing, you need to plan. It's just one of those things. And I can literally go and count every single piece that I've used. See, that's the thing. With planning, I know exactly how big it's going to turn out. I know that on the body, and I can tell you this right now because I have a spreadsheet around this, around the whole build. Where is my spreadsheet? Okay, there it is. Found my spreadsheet. My spreadsheet is, I have used, without counting the big repeated circles, to start the circles, 1,768 pieces. When you add everything else, it comes to around 2,600 pieces. With a build like this, we are into complexity zone because we have 5,000 pieces that we can use in the game. 5,000 just for one build. So just keep that one in mind, and it's the starting point for pretty much any big build. Your zones. Oh, I like that. That came out better than I thought it would. Okay, so we have some complexity zones that we have to work with here. Why are these not showing through properly? The light should be showing off brilliantly. I think we're going to have to go and add a little bit of... Oh, hey. I think we can finally use these guys. Yes. All right. You know what? If we add them right to the middle, that would actually not even... That would be perfect. So I'm going to do that. Right to the middle. It would not be out of place at all. Might be too many, but I can always delete. Let's see what it looks like first. And then I can deal with taking away. Hey, RTM. Why? Okay, the light isn't showing up properly. Why not? Do you guys have these? Oh, these guys don't have interior lights. These have interior lights. Still not shining. Hey, Chris Carnage, what's happening? You've been MIA, my friend. Okay, so this is actually lighting up the surroundings, but not actually lighting up the glass itself. Interesting. This is a lot of light we're using right now. The inside and the outside. Oh, I remember the first time I did this, I actually had to use the bright bomber purple light. It was the only colored light we had. And I had to put it against some of the white trim. just to get it to show up. Could be the angle. But the back is on there. Maybe. Oh, you know what? I think you're probably right. Oh, that's gonna be a pain. I think you're right. We gotta go off the side. It's still not doing it. Huh. Well, if that's not working, that's an extra piece that I can pull back. The Bright Bomber lamp. That was the only reason I even bought that kit in the first place. It was like the best thing to happen to the game. And it happened at a great time because I was building my second Enterprise. Oh! I was building my second Enterprise around the same time. So I immediately used it on one of the nacelles. And that was so cool. Let's get this piece back on. This is the LAUCH's Lighthouse. LAUCH's Lighthouse. The kit I said I didn't need, and I got it anyway, and it turned out to be quite useful all around. So one of the pieces that I really... Oh. Need to get the last summer quarter of test flights out of the way. Well, welcome back to relaxation. What's my favorite Star Wars movie? That would have to be Rogue One. Because it started the whole it gave Star Wars a different look. You look at Star Wars in a different way than just lightsabers. That's Rogue One. Rogue One has the Vader hallway scene at the end. Alright, so now we know that these aren't going to work. So that's good. Alright, so we got the top of the nacelle. And there's a bit of work that we have to do on the back end here to build it out. So I did try 2 different versions of this in order to get some of the curve. Because this piece is so huge and it comes over, wraps around all the way around, there was no way to have these windows here. Now on the other side, I was supposed to have a little bit of red, so and the letters here. I'm still not sure about how we're going to handle this, apart from doing a complete deconstruction. But right now, my main focus is on getting this built out, and the nacelle is one of the most important parts of this. So, we have complexity that we have to really deal with here, and the big thing about complexity is, okay, I'm going to go take a little bit of breakdown over here so you guys can see what I'm talking about and see why sometimes planning ahead is going to be so important, and why hitting complexity was a great thing here. So we're going to take a brief look at complexity, and Kitty, you may want to clip this. So this is your complexity zone, your first zone. This is 40 meters by 40 meters. Now in here you have your big build going on, and you think that, you know, this is like 5,000 pieces you have in here, and you think you should be able to build as far as you want, except the game says no, you can't. You can only have 5,000 pieces in that square. But guess what? You can anything you build in here is going to have an impact on the adjacent squares. So if you build in this square, this is also going to affect what you have here, and it's going to take away from anything you build here. So your 5,000 pieces is now split over here, into all the connecting zones, as well as over here. Anything that any zone that touches here. So you got a bit of a problem. That's a 40-meter zone. Now, the safe spot should technically be at 40 meters away from here, right? No, because if you start to build anything in here, this is going to affect anything that you put in here. So these two, this will actually reach complexity before you can get very far, because it's being affected by anything you have in here and this zone as well. So your actual safe zone to start building anything big or additional is going to be over here in your next 40-meter zone. Get it? This is now 80 meters away. Mr. Black I inadvertently did a test of this system, and it was just a mistake. He actually measured wrong, and he was I think he was 79 meters away from this huge building that he'd done. He hit complexity before he really should have, because of that one meter. Complexity does not mess around. So yeah, you're at your 80-meter mark here, where you can go and you can build as big as you want. Be careful about what you put inside the middle pieces, and you should be okay. So this is where the whole Enterprise is currently living. The ship is about 50 meters long, and it is actually occurring. The edge of the ship is occurring right at the edge of that complexity zone. And I know exactly where that is now, because since we hit complexity. So the ship is there. But the ship is let's measure it. And I'll show you the importance of this, of knowing your heights, and knowing your lengths, your sizes. This is currently 59 meters long. So my complexity zone is about here, first zone. I'm now entering a second zone. I should be able to build freely over here, but not as much. And that's actually one of the smaller areas. So okay, here we go. Over here. So let's say the ship is crossing those two zones. I know exactly where that lies now. I have my nacelles. Now, the other part of complexity is height. It takes height seriously as well. So it goes up about, say 40. Okay, so it's 40 by 40 in a square, but then 50 meters up. So with the ship, and I have the nacelles on there, my nacelles begin here, higher up, and it does affect the main complexity in this area. But by planning it carefully, the back end of it is going to extend here, extend out, mainly because of the whole design of the ship. The end of the nacelles go way outside of complexity. So this means I can build in this center area here. And I know that I'll be able to finish the nacelles once I get it started, and plan to just have a bit of a structure to take me to the end, a bit of a skeleton. But then the real kicker that's going to screw me over, and I know that it's going to happen, is going to be that dish, the big saucer. I may not be able to finish the saucer. I'm going to try my hardest, but unless I can get like some huge pieces going on, the complexity from here is going to affect this so much that it's not, the disk is not big enough. It probably is big enough to head into the second complexity zone. So this is kind of what I'm banking on, that I can keep most of the complexity low by building, using bigger pieces for a lot of the ship. So here, there's your dish, and keeping one floor only, and most of the built up area is going to be in one small area for the bridge right in the center. So that's my current plan on how I'm going to actually take control of the complexity, because I know where it's going to hit. Now it's just a matter of just working my pieces and not overbuilding. So I hope that's a nice breakdown of complexity for you guys. Mateo, I am not even thinking about the balloons until I can get to the point of the ship. Any balloons that I add right now works against complexity. How do I know all of this? Because I've hit complexity so many times. Me and Mr. Black were are brothers in complexity. Shadows fell as well, and we don't run from complexity at this point. We kind of embrace it. We know it's going to hit, so it's just a matter of kind of trying to plan for it. And we've done like so many measurements and everything. It's not funny, seriously. So we just try to put down the pieces and try to be fully aware of what's going on so that we can make proper plans. That's the best answer that I can give there about how I know all of this. We just try to plan for it and use all of our experience. Because take this for some thought. We build every day for the past oh my god, I can't even say a year and a half, but for the past all the time that since December of 2023, we've been building in Lego Fortnite pretty much every single day. Some people, there we go, perfect. Some people have different hobbies. We just keep building because we love the game. We love the placement of the pieces and everything, and just being able to build out of our own mind. Mr. Black has found certain sequences in that. Oh my gosh, the Fibonacci sequence is like all over the Notre Dame Cathedral, and we were talking about how having oh my gosh, that actually works really well. Having that knowledge of that sequence and just working with it helped the cathedral to actually kind of almost build itself yesterday. Well, it didn't build itself yesterday, but we were talking about it yesterday. And he's actually found like almost like the perfect number. So there's mathematics behind this, and there's a beauty behind it as well. There you go. Many people, hey, Saskins, what's up? Many people talk about understand complexity, but not many of it can talk about it like that. They don't talk about it on stream. And there's different interpretations of complexity, but I've tried to break it down as simply as possible. And it's mainly because it does affect every single thing that I do here. So when I say that I'm trying to conserve pieces by not adding balloons, then it's kind of more important to finish the build and see what we can take away. So me, I've I've actually managed to get to some of my main points um, with this build, and one of the things I've always wanted to do was to land a shuttlecraft inside here. I almost did it. Um, Here, let me show you something quickly. 917. This is the main shuttlecraft, the main practically full size, full scale Enterprise that I started out building. And I even built the shuttlecraft that I can land in here. We did it. Mission accomplished. I can actually bring it in and I can land it in here properly. It fits and everything. This is the old thing, the old one. But the downside of this, and you see how big it is, right? When I counted how many pieces that were going to be needed just to finish the body, it was over 6,000 pieces to get the proper length, the size, and everything. And that kind of put this whole thing out of commission. What I needed to do was scale it down to make it more manageable. And I think we've gotten there. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Look at those nacelles. Nice and blue at night. Beautiful. All right. There we go. Oh my gosh, I am loving the ship. It's a pity that the render distance sucks so much, but it is what it is. Okay, let's get back to the nacelles because I need to do two things here, and I just need to get the correct length of this because they do extend way back, even further back than this. But I am a little bit cautious about that entire, build limit. So Lockheed's Lighthouse, I think about 4 more should do it. Because these actually need to taper upward. And tapering does need to also come in a little bit to a point. So this is why the underside is not built out, in case anyone is wondering. All the reduction is going to be taken from the bottom. Which means that I will be using more of the single block pieces. And this right here. Oh, come on, get up, get up, get up. Here we go. Ah, okay, that was a pain. Now, in order to get the proper reduction, you need to work inwards. So this is like how many pieces in? Should be 4, and then we have 2 here. 1. These overlap nicely. 4, always 4. If you understand structure, you know that it needs to be overlapped in order to get your proper width. That should be a 2-piece. Why aren't you a 2? Weird. Okay, that should not be happening. It should be a 4. see, once you have this, you can either do a calculator, or you can do single steps to bring it inward. Me, I like to use a calculator sometimes, because just to get that sense of accuracy, because you will screw it up at some point when you're trying to do it just by yourself, measuring by hand or whatever you want to look, however you call it. And this is kind of the part that takes a lot of time, but it is worth it in the end. So this is why I've kind of spared you guys the boring parts. So this is where we're going to actually start to bring it in, taper upwards. And this is a 4-piece, so I'm going to take this out straight away and just use poles and Supernova Academy. Supernova Academy has opened up so many possibilities in terms of all the different pieces we have, and I appreciate it so much. So much. Now, you can either do a simple taper, which is going to be like half a step up, or you just take it and go all the way in. You know, commit all the way, 100%. I think we should commit all the way. No messing around. So we can actually take this, and I know we can come back a couple of steps here, but oh, actually, hold on. Let me do it. We're not ready for that yet. You don't want to take one step down every time. You want to start your taper gradually, and then make a sharp turn. It's like the bottom of the ship, except this one is a little bit more complex. And the bottom of the ship is what we're actually going to be dealing with next. So this is just getting the taper started, so that we understand what we're dealing with here. And we're going to be just pushing this up into here, and just reducing it as we come up, which may be a bit of a pain in the butt, but sorry. 9:24. I gotta run off to work at 10. Thankfully, I don't have to go back downtown today. Gamer Pablo, hey, Game Boy Pablo, what's happening? Man, and Kitty, have you been rocking the expeditions? Of course you have. And Kitty is a natural born killer in expeditions. Should definitely reach out to play with her. She's pretty cool, and she will surprise you. All right, so we're coming up here. All right, and I think this is where we're gonna break off, because this is gonna take a little bit of complication. I'm like, here, check this out. Ah, come on, be good. So I know this is gonna get reduced as it comes up. But it should come up to half space. So half space here. And this should actually come out to a 3, because we're going to be pulling inward from here. 2 down, then 1, so half space in from here. So we're going to be reducing almost immediately. So we've got 3, and there. And just about that slight reduction. So we're down to 3 on this side already. Okay, and that continues, so 1 more. Now we're going to do this on both sides, and you can count your pieces back here. We are past the main, like way past, because that's like probably like maybe 70 meters at this point. What does it mean that we have to get sloppy with it? Okay, so this is a little different. Oh. Oh, okay. I see what's happening here. It's the face of greatness and strange. It's adorable. It's great to see that some things never change. Come on, Disney, sue me. Oh, dang. All right. What did I do? All right, so that's single. This should be okay. So in here, right. How did I screw that up that badly? It's a question y'all want to know. What do we? This is just a halfway point, so this should be coming in right here. This can actually probably still work if we do this perfectly right, and we're not. So yeah, there goes that idea. We need to continue this up here. It's gonna get real weird, but the whole point of this is that you're supposed to be able to continue it on both sides. But anyway, we can really shape this up. So I'm going to continue shaping that part up. The downside right now is the underside of the ship. Okay, so Chris, oh, quite a bit of a chatter going on here. What am I making? I'm making the Starship Enterprise from Star Trek and from the new season of Strange New Worlds, which is that on an HBO? That's not HBO. in Canada we have a different place to watch. We watch it on Crave over here. I don't even know what you guys have. I think it's a Paramount Plus. Okay. Now I did have a thought about this part, because this needs to be a little bit smoother. And by being smoother, it uses fewer pieces. Because I end up using way too many pieces on this bit. And this is just really just the curve from the back coming in, but we're taking huge chunks. And I don't want to use the gray. So that is currently where I stand on that. What I am going to do is I'm going to try to cheat a little bit. Wow, lightning. You know what? I'm just going to build it off from there. So I think what we need to do is set this. So we have a floor set. Oh my god, I was doing the right thing. Ah! Alright. Let's just get this, because instead of having to flip it, it's right there. It's just right there. So it just uses as scaffolding. Remember, use as many shortcuts as you can. There's no problem with shortcuts. It's all about the build and about getting where you need to with the build. So don't let anyone shame you into not using the tools that you have at your disposal. Whoa, that is a lot deeper than I thought it would be. A lot bigger as well. Wow. That kind of complicates things. Just a tiny, tiny bit. So if I continue this, it's going to... What? These are bad choices right now. Really bad choices. All right, so here's the thing. This is flat piece, so it doesn't really have anything to go with it. And this is upside down, so the bottom of it can't work from there. I may actually have to use the gray in this case, because this is longer. My hope was that I would be able to take this piece, do a flip angle on it, and just carry the whole thing all the way down. I'm building the Starship Enterprise. Do we have a not patch notes? Do we have like notes or something? I could have sworn I saw NKitty post something. Oh, yes, too many bills in the area. I am a brother in complexity. I am a monk of complexity. In complexity, we roam. Wherever I may roam, where I lay my head is home. All right, so here is what I'm trying to do. I think this may work. So let's knock these guys out. At least, yeah, first set. I need to find a good connector point. Is it going to be up? Nope. This may have to be the connection point. All right, let's see what we can get. All right, and now we have that point here. I think this should be able to fit onto the side of here. Is it touching? Son of a no, it's not touching. What is there? Is that in the way? That's in the way. Why must you be in the way? I mean, you don't have to be in the way. You just choose to be. Let's try this again. So, I can take it from here. Can I take it to there? No, I cannot. Dang it. Always a problem somewhere. Alright, let's have another look at this, shall we? Come on. This is the good angle. This is the good angle, people. Why must you be difficult? All we have to do is get it close enough. Is that close enough? I don't think it is. Come on. It's a little bit of a cheat that you can do this sometimes. Well, only sometimes. It doesn't always work. If you get it close enough, it will stick. Oh, that's not going to work. I'll tell you that right now. Alright, let's get some lights in here. Oh, look at my inventory. Full. Okay. Light. Yeah, that's not gonna work. But I do wonder if I take this and bring it down one. Why aren't you connecting? Okay, thank you. And down one. It's not gonna work. Too far away. I may have to plan to keep this bit on here. Unless I can find another connecting point. So, let's take care of that and move outward to replace the rest of these guys. I should be able to get more surface area with this now. That's the center point. Oh, sweet. It's a whole center area that I can get rid of. Perfect. Alright, and Beachside Boulevard. Big pieces. Let's bring you up. And let's get rid of the rest of you guys. So we need to go down. Down, down, down. To Goblin Town. I need to keep the center though. That's a problem. You need to know where the center is at all times. Alright, so we gotta get this on the other side. Let me just cheat off of this and bring that out. So I can have some place to put my... There. See? Minor cheat. Minor cheat. Hardly anyone even noticed. Oh, maybe I should have done this in the first. Oh, it's too big. Forgot. It would have been good, but it extends over. So match it up to this. And we are good to go, I think. Or is it supposed to be one in? It's supposed to be aligned to the gray. So one in. Perfect. Like I said, it's really all about getting this slant all set up for action. Now I may have overplayed here. Let's bring this out. 1, 2, and 3 for here. This is starts with 2. So yeah, definitely underplayed. Let's see if we can reduce our footprint and the number of pieces that we're using. So 16. That's not 16. 16. There we go. Means I can take care of the rest of those guys. This is the least thrilling part of this build right now. So, I mean, we're going to be looking at the underside of this for the next 15 minutes. I just want to thank you guys for coming and hanging out. I mean, I would love to say that I'm going to finish this thing today and launch it with the launch of Season 2 of Strange New Worlds, but that's not how this works. This is Lego Fortnite. You know, we build for the joy of it. Cannot say that enough. We build for the joy of it. So, sometimes you can get things finished on time, and sometimes you just enjoy the challenge of it. This is my 3rd Starship Enterprise that I'm building. And I've learned a lot from my past mistakes. Plus, we have like so many new pieces, courtesy of the new kit, the new first order kit, and the supernova kit, which is absolutely fantastic, by the way. So if you don't have the battle pass, this is a really good reason to go, because you can go and build to your heart content with more space-based, science-based pieces. So if you're into sci-fi and everything, then you should be using these brand new pieces straight from Fortnite. All right, here we go. 1. How far down can we go? Can we go all the way to the bottom? I think we can. In fact, I actually found a little something to get a little extra angle. I'm going to show you guys that way in 1 second. Because the nacelles, they have a particular angle that they go at. And while you can get a really good angle from the pieces as they are, what you can do is you can take another. Oh, here. Let me put this at the side actually, and I'll show you what I mean. You can take another nacelle. Once you have that angle, another nacelle, another wedge, and you can place it right under here. Why aren't you paying? Okay. Oh, because that's the wrong side. Let's get the roof angle. And roof angle, supernova. And you can pop that under here. At just the right spot. Oh boy, that's not the right spot. Okay, gonna have to deal with that. Anyway, my whole point is that you can take your angle piece and pull another angle off of it. You're gonna have to have an anchor point, of course. Anchor points are important. But you can take this and get an even more extreme angle that comes down to help you finish up your build. So I know I have a little bit more to go on this particular angle, so we're gonna finish it up. Now let's see if we get this taken care of. Regaining all these pieces. That's what we're doing. We're regaining all of these pieces. I haven't looked at chat for a little bit. 1 second. Well, thanks a lot, Jonah. I appreciate that. Like I said, man, we kind of build pretty much every day, and it's really out of love for it. I mean, like there are frustrations with the game. I mean, it's not a perfect game. I can tell you that pretty much till the cows come home. We all know the problems with the game, but it's not about the problems. It's about just finding the solutions and that joy of being able to do something as simple as walk around some of the things that you never ever thought you'd be able to do. Like being able, for me, it's always been about the joy of, yeah, that was looking good, of being able to land a shuttlecraft in this hangar bay. This is what this has always been about. I want to build the Enterprise so that I can actually land that shuttlecraft. So where's the shuttlecraft? Oh, on the hill. There's a shuttlecraft right there. Here's the Enterprise. That shuttlecraft is too big. So, I mean, like, being able to build some of the things that you have only seen and can conceptualize, and, you know, because you know your limitations, you know that everything can't be perfect, but I could build a transporter room. May not be 100% to spec or, you know, whatever, but I built a transporter room. I built it as lovingly as I could. I built engineering. We got a warp core and everything back there. Used all the pieces that we can have. Like that that is the roof piece from the Fortnite Festival. This is from the computers are from the First Order Battle Pass. All these Battle Passes and everything are absolutely gorgeous. This I actually want to encase in a circle so that I can actually have it hanging in zero gravity. But yeah, okay. So we have our warp core, and it feels right. I mean, because it's Lego, and I'm not trying to get like an ultra realistic vibe going on, but I'm trying to get as close to accurate and close to an accurate feel. Like this view right here. Who would ever think that you would be able to get this kind of view anywhere? You can, well, with the saucer section, it would be even more amazing. But we're standing on the back of the Enterprise. We're doing the one thing, even with the new Lego collaboration with Star Trek. You're not going to be able to get that view anywhere except for in this game, because this game lets you walk among your Lego pieces. That is just like one of the coolest things ever. I've got about 8 minutes left. Thank you, Veggie10. I think I got it. Veggie10, nice. So yeah, okay. Let me just see if we can plot out the rest of this. We have the sides now actually curving into meat. So that's going to present a little bit of a complication, but hopefully it shouldn't be too much. I think we can deal with this without those angles. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how it all shapes up. But if we can get rid of any gray, I don't know. So I like that a lot better than the angle pieces, and we're going to be using than the staggered stair pieces. And I know we're going to be using a lot fewer bricks as a result. So this is worth it. I was considering just using wall pieces as slant. I don't think that's going to work out so well. I gotta get my curve back here. Thank you. And you're coming around, aren't you? Yes, you are. What it's all about. And I'm too messy. Oh, I should actually put a back to this thing. See, now this actually kind of works out really well. If we had more space and more mechanics to work with. This is where the shuttles would actually come down and be stored right under this entire section. So even at a reduced size, it's still kind of fully functional. And it really actually does help in this case to know the layout of the Enterprise as well as I do. I may have studied this ship a little too much. This is one of the first builds that I did in Roblox when I was playing with my kid. After we got through the whole castle dilemma that everyone goes through. And I swear, it's something that everybody does, and even we did it in Lego Fortnite as well, where anybody who was coming into to build, get comfortable. To get comfortable, we always end up seeming to build castles. And then once we've got our magnificent castles down, we move on to other builds. So if you're starting a new game, especially one that is based on castles, I know a couple of us have, you're going to end up building a castle first. And then your abilities are going to expand a lot more because you're going to start thinking differently. I think we can just bring that straight down. Huh. Okay. I don't mind. Bring it straight down. Then we just find out where everything, how we can meet everything. Work. Ooh, that's an overlap. Huge overlap. Okay. This is going to be fun. And yeah. Did I mention this is going to be fun? Our center point is off. This is our center point. Right over there. Don't know how I got that one so far off. But oh well. It is what it is, and it is what it is. It's now 97 is what it is. And I have to end this to go off to do some work. I'll be bringing in the sides of this. You can get a much better sense of how I'm going to do that from this side. And it's maybe a little bit rough, but I hope not too rough. And yeah, we should be able to get that nice and smooth, if not too smooth, at least good enough. But there we go. Our Enterprise is shaping up. And we're coming along quite nicely. The nacelles are going to be huge, by the way. Like you can look at any view of the Enterprise, and you see just how much further back they go than this. This is conservative right now. It's actually about a third longer. But you know, it is what it is. Anyway, thank you guys for coming and joining me. I am the MadPuck66. I stream every day from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. This week we're building the Starship Enterprise. We have the launch of Strange New Worlds. This is not sponsored, by the way. It's just I love Star Trek, and I am absolutely blown away that the new series is starting so soon. Maybe it was in the back of my head, but season 3 of Strange New Worlds is starting tomorrow. So I'm really excited for that, and I will be building this probably over the next week and a half. We do have a couple more things to add to it, of course. Like over here we have, this is the roundabout. So we have the ability to build some shuttles. This one was built from the plans, and I'm going to actually see what Rubricable has for some smaller shuttles that we can actually use to go and land into our shuttle bay. This one is too big. It is pretty much the same size as the shuttle bay right now, so it just kind of jams in there a little bit. Not exactly the best thing, but you know, let's see if we can actually get this over here. But this is a good view. Anyway, yeah, okay, Star Trek, look at that. We have a shuttle, we're flying. Anyway, thanks for coming and joining. If you're new here, please leave a like, follow, subscribe. I come and I do these streams every day. It's out of love for the game and out of love for the franchises and stuff that we're working with. So, I usually do a lot of Star Wars, but Star Wars is on hold for now because we got Star Trek here. Come on, how much cooler can you get than this? Anyway, thanks for coming and joining. For those who are not new, thanks for coming back, you guys. Always great to see you, and I will see you in the next one. So, take care. I'll see you there. Bye.